I'm trying something new. I'm improvising. There's no script to read here. There's so many YouTube videos out there that probably intelligently rely upon a script. I don't have it. I don't want to put the time into that right now because I can't afford to. I love care. I love high quality results, and I will endeavor to do that whenever I can. But right now I can't. I've got a situation that is tremendously challenging in my life. I spent the last 12 years taking care of my mom with dementia, single-handedly. She passed away recently, and I thought she'd live for another decade, and all of a sudden, within 2 weeks, just gone. And her passing was beautiful as it could be, so I'm tremendously grateful for that. But my money was connected to her. Not a lot, but I got to spreadsheet it out. I tried to do the best I could, but there was no way to build savings with that. It just wasn't. And so now I'm here. I've got 2 months from March 1st, basically, before I'm completely broke. And so I've got to transition into obviously trying to find some work. And so I'm taking this opportunity to see if I can bolster my presence as an artist, because that's my life's work. I mean, this is my dream. My dream is to be an ethically professional artist, and I have struggled my whole life. I'm 52 years old, and here I am doing this stuff. So I'm making a series of videos. I've put some visualization to them that just modulates a bit, some nice colors so you can look at that, and some audio stuff that's trying to be sonically pleasing. So at the very least, you can just have this as a visual audio experience. Because really, do you really care about what I'm saying right now? Maybe you do. Maybe you do. I hope so, because at some point, we need to understand that we're a social species, and if I cannot properly socialize who I am in terms of what I have to offer our community, then I'm in trouble, at least, right? So, and if what I have to offer is important to our community, then our community's in trouble. So I'm improvising this stuff, so that's why it feels like I'm improvising the stuff. I might edit some things here and there, but really I just want a stream of conscience, trying to follow responsible success to the best of my ability, which is all I do. I set my brain on responsible success, say, hey, that's the direction to go in, so what does it mean? And just use my instincts and whatever intelligence I got to try to navigate life that way. And here I am. So within 2 months, I've got no money. I gotta kind of try to figure out where I belong in this world to earn a living. And while I'm doing that, I just want to bolster my artistic presence, because things could go wrong at any moment and I could pass away, and I have made an advancement in multiple areas in life, and I want to make sure that I can at least publish that to enough of a degree for anybody who might stumble upon this stuff to at least have a shot, because it includes big things. It really, I lived a small life in a lot of ways, very psychologically traumatizing ways. I've lived a very small life, but I kept pressing throughout my entire adulthood towards responsible success. And so through the pressures of living a small life, I have discovered things about reality fundamentally that will transform humanity's behavior fundamentally, permanently. And they're important. So I had a half-hour video, the last one, which was me just kind of doing this again and editing that out from like a 45-minute video. These are only going to be up to 15 minutes. I'm looking at my clock, counting, and I say, okay, you get up to 15 minutes, we just terminate it there. I see videos like this, and I just say, okay, I want it to be about 15 minutes. When it gets longer than that, I start to lose interest in it. So why would I want to put out videos that do that? So here I am. we got a lot of work to do. This is kind of the introductory video of the series, and I'm just making sure I'm trying to follow responsible success here and see what content needs to be made available for you. Because I serve you as an artist. That's what art is. Art is an expression with the intention of a community connection. Right? That's what art really is. It's not just, okay, here I'm expressing colors and sounds and whatever, and for you to passively connect with. It's about connecting socially, to strengthen, to nourish, to give us a positive distraction from life's negative patterns. And I have so much to say. I have so much to do, and I'm going to keep doing these videos. I don't know, maybe one a day. I don't know how many of them. I got space mixes. I've got about 10 roughly space mixes done that'll be publishing of all different styles of music. I will be publishing one of these videos with the technique. Hold on a second, I'm going to take a sip of water here. I want to discuss the space mixing technique a little bit, because it's got the potential to be a major enhancement to the world of audio. I mean, it conveys an enormous amount of enriching aspects to what we can do with audio. So I'd like to really press on that to gain sufficient awareness of it to try to get it to catch, to take off, to do good things for our world. So I'll do that. I have some thoughts on resolving the scientifically infamous double slit experiment, answering the question, what is reality / the universe, in a way that fits mainstream scientifically perfectly and also includes triple logical redundancy, so really reinforces the conclusion. But the most important thing that I've got is the discovery that humanity is defining dominance wrong, and has been doing so for the entire duration of humanity. And my case to be made, which will have a separate video, again, I've kind of tried to make it in that half-hour mess, that last video, but I'm going to really try to be concise. You know, each truth, there's 3 truths, and they're simple truths, they're sensible truths, purely sensible, and even experiential in nature. So this is not philosophy, this is not religion, it's not just my opinion. Okay, these are experiential truths that you can experience for yourself, and then decide what you want to do with your own life with respect to those truths. But so it's very important, because these truths allow us to identify the demonstrable existence of the supremacy of might makes right, which really is just reality's balance. Right? I can substantiate through experiential truth alone that reality's balance is supreme, and explain that to you in a way that would mean that humanity is defining dominance all wrong. We all understand that might makes right, but you've got all these thugs on this planet driving the world with thuggery. And the thuggery is a mindset. It's a selfish application of might makes right. That's what my definition of thuggery. So there's governmental, including judicial thugs, there's economic thugs, there's religious thugs, there's academic thugs. Thuggery comes in all shapes and sizes. It's a style of applying toughness. But all of these thugs are ignoring the demonstrable supremacy of might makes right. And again, not religion, not philosophy, not something that you can just throw aside and say, well, I don't believe in you. I don't believe what you're saying. You can't do that with this. It's experiential truth. So I'm going to dedicate a video to that. That's what's coming. But here's my story. I've got 2 months, I'm broke. If I get no help at all, then I'm homeless, genuinely. If I get help from my friends, then I'm going to be upset about that. I'm going to be thankful, but upset about it, because I don't want to be a burden on anybody. I've worked very hard in my life. I've done my duty to the best of my ability. I've given everything I've got. And so I just want a better result than just being a burden on my friends. I don't want to do that. They have their lives. They're doing their thing. I shouldn't be a burden, which means I need to get a job. So once I get a job, then my art becomes second fiddle, as it always has been. It was second fiddle while I was caring for my mom. It was second fiddle when I was involved in technology, web design development prior to that. And I can't do that stuff anymore. So I can't go get a tech job. I'm 52, right? I mean, not to be an ass about it, but there is ageism in tech, and even for a good reason in many instances, because of how much of a workload there is there, and how much of mental pressure there is there. It's kind of like athletics in that regard, right? At some point, professional athletes got to retire, reasonably young. It's getting older, thankfully, due to health benefits. But anyway, so that's really it. I don't know if I'm missing anything because I'm improvising all of this. So maybe there's stuff that I need to say. But if I do need to say it, I'll say it in another video. I think I just want to leave here with discussing what I want to do to become the kind of artist that you want, that you desire, where you crave to say, you know what, I want to support this artist. This artist needs to take his art from second fiddle and put it into first fiddle. And that means I need to make money. Not a lot of money. I don't need a lot of money. I can live very modestly. I have my entire adulthood, and I can continue to do that. I'm more into social wealth and not financial wealth. I don't really get into the status symbols and the competing over net worths and being unilaterally focused upon money. I just don't, that's not my thing. I'm much more in, I want enough resources to live my life as healthily as possible, to make my contribution to society with what I'm born to do. And then from there, everything for me is more about social wealth, family, friends, community. That's where I want to focus my life on. But if you start watching these videos and listening to the space mixes, and you start realizing, this person is worthy of support. This artist is worthy of support. It's time for a spirit wave movement. And I'm hoping that the videos that I've got coming in the couple of weeks, because of course I'm going to transition more firmly pressing to finding a job. So again, the videos will become sparse again, as I have to do that because the art becomes second fiddle. I want it to become first fiddle. It's what I do, it's who I am, and I've got a lot to offer, and I don't say that to be boastful. Right? I mean, I've been beaten up badly by life. I mean, psychologically, I am terribly traumatized on multiple fronts. So there's no boasting about what I got, but I'm just trying to share it because it's important. So I'll at least do that, and we'll see where we go from there. But I've got patreon.com/spiritwave7. That's pretty much set up. I'm going to tweak it a little bit to line it up with what I want to do here. But it's time. We got a tip option, Stream Elements, perfectly reputable, credible company, streamelements.com/spiritwave7, I think. At least start with that. I'll put links in the description for this stuff. That's probably the better way to do it. But and then I even have a PayPal subscription for $1 a year. A year. $1. If I cannot produce enough content, even as a second fiddle artist, to generate $1 a year from you, then I'm saddened. I'm like really defeated by that. But again, I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot of money to survive and reasonably thrive. I just don't. So if you may think $1 a year, that's ridiculous, but not really, because a lot of people can afford $1 a year. And if I have enough people who believe in, I don't know, stuff that I'm talking about and doing, which does have a broad reach to it, then that $1 a year, that's probably just going to be on automatic pilot for most people, because why would you take time out of your busy lives to spend the 5 minutes necessary to cancel that subscription? It's $1 a year. Maybe if I say something to tick you off, I mean, that's possible. I'm a little bit, I'm kind of, I don't want to say outspoken, but I really do possess the capacity to focus on a truth that is unattractive at times from certain angles within reality. So, well, I think that covers it there. We're almost at 15 minutes, so I'm just going to cap it off here. Thank you very much for your support. We're around, less than 400 subscribers at this point, so we're moving. We're a growing community, and I would like to at least try to interact with you in a positive way. So, but I'm going to try to do that in a future video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.